It happens, I see this happening so often, where people who are full of compassion and kindness and they're empaths and who give so freely and give love without bounds end up attracting people who treat them really badly, or people who end up gaslighting them and, displaying signs of narcissism and just being plain horrible, or suddenly ending the relationship and, somebody very unstable. So basically, you have to see the dynamics of the person. So the person who's giving, all compassionate and kind and loving, is somebody who is evolved, somebody who is in the heart, who is um, at a level, who's vibrating at a frequency which is a really, really high frequency. And then you have the person who is being horrible and not being nice and not valuing and appreciating them, who is very much in the ego. Now, the thing is that the person who's compassionate, all encompassing love and kindness and giving has become so connected with God conscious and or Christ conscious, or the love of God, or purity and divine love, that they're like a beautiful lantern. So everything gets drawn to this lantern, especially people whose parts of their soul is wounded and dark, and they need more light. So they get drawn to these people, and as they get drawn to these people, they get attached to them. But then what happens after a while, their ego takes over, and then their ego can't stand it, because the person who's giving them love is also giving them healing. So what happens is, as the ego lashes out, it confuses their mind, makes them push away, makes them pull away, and confuses them to such an extent where they end up actually hurting the one who's giving love and kindness. And then what happens is the compassionate one, or the empath, then suffers and then questions their worth and says, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Did I do this wrong? Did I do that? There's nothing that you have done wrong. What's happened is that you're just at another level, and you're in the heart, and that other person is at the level of the ego and is feeding their ego, and their ego just couldn't take it because your light was irritating them. You must have heard of that phrase, your light irritates their demons, and that's exactly what happens in these circumstances. So look out for the red flags. Know that when you're empathic, you're like a healer. You're healing parts of their soul. And for sure, whatever you've imparted to them, whatever love you've given them, definitely has an imprint on their soul. And later, at some point, they will realize it, they will see it. But for now, you need to honor yourself. You need to step away, because it's toxic and it's not right for you. And that person was just a test. Thanks.